Gusay, is it true that you're a slut? Gusay, is it true you're a slut? Donovan Sharpe has this all over his YouTube channel. Sorry, is it true? Is it true you're a cloud chaser? We're hearing this all over YouTube.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Breaking news. Let's catch you up on the tea, shall we? Word that Guste was very busy this week. She had a bunch of things going on. So let's cover what just went down this past week. Let's start with the fact that she lost 5 hours. 5 hours of footage, including her interview with Simone. So let's take a look at the evidence we have here. As you can see here, she worked very hard on this 2 hours of work. And as you can see, there's missing plugins, which happened due to her lack of storage on the computer, and it literally deleted the footage. Super cool, super fun, super hot. The interview she had with Simone just happens to not be able to open. So yeah, she just deleted everything because what the fuck? I just don't think it's Guste's place to be commenting on that sort of subject. So we're gonna drop it because I think that's just the smartest thing to do here. It's between Simone and Myron to get that shit figured out. But regardless of whether or not she is telling the truth, that does not make it any less of a fact that Myron Gaines is a terrible human being. So, yeah. Guste also had a shoot with Ignite recently. Let's go take a look at the behind the scenes footage. Yes, queen, work. She looks good, doesn't she? Work, bitch. Legs for days. Guste seems to have such a nice six-pack, but I don't see her calling herself Guste Gaines. But, we'll drop it. Damn, shawty! Fire burning on the dance floor. Let's also get to the motherfucking tea. Guste woke up one morning to a notification from YouTube that someone by the name of Donovan Sharpe actually reported Guste for copywriting his content, therefore leading to YouTube completely removing that video off of her YouTube channel. What the fuck? In case you guys were wondering what she was copyrighted for, she was copyrighted for her intro, which you can see in the other 2 videos that she still has up. We're gonna head back to Guste so she can give us some commentary on that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you
Gusta Janice. I don't know how you even pronounce that. She's a slut. She's this pro-feminist, blah, 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 blah. She's a good-looking girl, man. She's beautiful. But, dude, not worth it. Stay away from this girl. Stay away from this woman. She is dangerous to your health.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a wild week, I'll tell you that. Let's start here. Number one, I don't know if I'm rocking with the third person and the little news channel thing, but we'll work on that. Also, let me know how I had to change my intro with a little reaction in the bottom corner because Donovan Sharpe decided to copyright strike me. Weird flex, but go off. How are you going to copyright strike someone when you are explicitly talking about me? Like the video, the clip that I took from you is about me, darling. You wouldn't have that content if I didn't exist, bitch. So what are you trying to do here? I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to scare me or something, and it's not working at all. But let's look at some comments because Kevin Ray Wilder actually made a video about this. Immaculate. Go follow his channel because if you're trying to be a better man, that's the channel you should be following. Okay, cool. Let's look at this really quick. Okay, Donovan is subbed to Guste, so he's monitoring what she's doing.
Simp alert. Simp
We got
alert.
a fan in the building.
He's right there, officer.
Weird, so weird. How are you gonna copyright strike me and be subbed to my account? Let's also take a look at this comment. He copyright striked her because he feels threatened by her. That's beta feminine energy right there, where Myron learned and attended seminar from. Lolas. Yeah, you know what? You seem a little scared. It's okay.
I don't bite.
Don't worry. No, but seriously, aren't you like 40-something years old? and you feel threatened by a 22-year-old girl because she took your content and made it into a parody. Get it together, sis. I got a question for you. Why do you go by Donovan Sharpe when your name is Edwin? Edwin! What? There's a lot to unpack here. Donovan Sharpe, his name is Edwin A. Hopkins. Oh, wow, and you've been in jail. Y'all listening to a criminal? What was he arrested for? You were driving with your license revoked. I wonder why your license was revoked. I don't know. It's a great... and then you failed to appear in court. I'm assuming this was in North Carolina. And then identity theft. He is so insecure with himself that he had to steal someone else's identity. Now that is what I call a midlife crisis. I shot. Oh, here. Number one, there's an entire documentary that's like 2 hours long that literally is called Exposing Donovan Sharpe. There's already so many videos exposing this guy, and he still has the audacity to be on YouTube. Like, that's embarrassing. Change your name again to Sharpe Donovan or something. Like, you see people exposing you, and you're like, it's okay, I'm gonna continue lying. Weird. Okay. Donovan Sharpe claims his girlfriend is in her late 30s. She's actually 44. There's nothing wrong with that, but why are you lying about her age? You are so insecure you're lying about your own wife's age. What? He despises single mothers and says a man should never raise another man's child. Yet he adopted his niece because her mother has drug problems. Listen, this is some contradicting information right here. Like, the fact that you adopted this little girl because her mom has drug problems, it sounds to me like you have a good heart almost. Like, that's, I'm not gonna lie, you did something good. That's really surprising. Doesn't really fit your character that you portray on YouTube, but wow, I mean, I'm confused. I'm so confused. Not only does he not practice what he preached, he quite literally practices the opposite of what he preaches. How are you still on YouTube? I don't understand. He claims a man needs to take the leadership role and be dominant in the relationship. But his girl runs his business and wears the pants in the relationship. I pray for whoever he's married to. Girl,
step on him.
I'm proud of you, girl. Put him in his place. Buy a little leash for him, okay? He tells men to never get married, and then he secretly married his girl, who is now his wife of 2 to 3 years ago. Guys, the hypocrisy. Do you guys notice a trend between Donovan Sharpe and like Fresh and Fit? They both go by fake names because clearly they don't even believe in what they're preaching. So much so that they had to change their name so this information that they preach does not get back to their actual identity. That's a sign within itself. Number two, both of these guys contradict themselves. Here's Donovan saying all this yada yada, but completely does the opposite of what he's telling young men to do. And then here's Fresh and Fit saying, oh, we get so many girls, but he literally pays girls to have sex with him. Do you guys see the pattern here? It seems that in this red pill manosphere, a lot of guys claim to be dating coaches, when in reality, they're just preying on insecure, angry, and frustrated men. And you guys are falling for it. Donovan Sharpe asked for... No, we're going to say fucking Edwin, because that's what your name is. Edwin asked for the smoke, and then I give him the smoke, and he tries to copyright claim me. You started a battle, and I said, bet, bring it on. But he didn't want the smoke. He backed down by making a copyright claim against me. Like, you see how you started a battle that you couldn't even finish? Sounds kind of similar to the Fresh and Fit and Abba Preach situation, doesn't it? Also, you got your account banned on Twitch for like being disrespectful to gamers or whatever. And then you also got 2 of your YouTube channels banned. You're literally banned off of YouTube. So here's my proposition that I'm going to give to you, Edwin. Shut the fuck up. Sit down like a good boy. Keep my beautiful, sexy name out of your disgusting, dirty mouth. I own you. Because if I go to YouTube right now and I report your channel, your account will be terminated, no questions asked. If you get banned on YouTube, you can't just create another YouTube channel and go about your day. That's not how it works, baby. So I advise you to never try and fuck with me again, because it's not going to be pretty for you. Okay? Okay. On top of that, I never violated any copyright content rules. It's a fair trade, fair ground, whatever the fuck it's called. I also spoke to a couple of lawyers and attorneys because I don't play games. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I saw that on Abba and Preach's account, and it hit different. Interesting how I was talking to a female attorney, and I was explaining the situation that was happening to me with the whole copyright, blah, blah, blah. And I sent her the video that I used just to, you know, get some feedback and be like, is this really copyright? And this girl was like telling me how she recently had a client who was a mother with a child. And she said that this manosphere, this red pill manosphere, is absolutely insane because she gets so many complaints from women clients coming to her saying that these men are bullying, harassing women, and then putting out dangerous content about this woman and her daughter. She had to go to court in order to take down footage that these guys were spewing about her and her daughter. Kind of crazy how I'm like not the only one experiencing this. It's actually a very, very common thing. And that's really sad to think about. Basically, Edwin, don't fuck with me. Do not start a fight that you cannot finish, okay? I know you find me beautiful and attractive. You've said it at least 4 times in my introduction. And I'm sure that's why you wanted to get it taken down, because you look stupid. You look dumb. Sit your ass down before I go call YouTube police on you and get your account taken down. Moving on. I found this meme on Reddit and it's fucking hilarious, so we're gonna go over it. A woman broke my heart once and I haven't healed. Me too. Let's start calling ourselves alpha males. Clearly, the advice that these men are giving you does not work. You just look stupid. And then you guys are in the comments like alpha, beta, alpha, beta. Like, girl, are we in a fucking fraternity, sorority, or are we naming fish? Because what are you talking about? Truly, alpha, beta. Bro, if you're an alpha, you don't say that you're an alpha. I'll pray for y'all, okay? Okay, now moving on to fart and fat, whatever you want to call them, honestly. Yeah. They made like a 5-hour like debunking video. Oh my God, it was so redundant. They were just repeating the same things over and over again. Like they really dragged it out until they could not drag it anymore. So originally I made a video going over that. And as I explained earlier, I lost all the fucking footage. I spent 4 fucking hours on the phone with an Apple technician because of how much issues I was having with like the content that I was putting out there. So this is me hysterically crying on the phone. It's okay, girl.
I see you called recently about one of our products. Is that the same product you're calling about today?
Yes.
After you're finished with the advisor, we'd like to text you a link to a brief survey to tell us how we did.
Girl, I was in the trenches. And I worked really hard and I spent a really long time on it. And once I realized that the footage was missing and I couldn't continue, I honestly just took it as a sign from the universe to not post it, because basically what happened was I had an interview with Simone and it was chillin', whatever. She told me some interesting details that, you know, proved her claims. And also, if there's one thing that I got from that interview, other than the really fucked up shit he did, was that Myron does not know what foreplay is. And mind you, foreplay is one of the most important aspects when it comes to hooking up with someone. So, Myron, define foreplay. I bet you can. Once all that was deleted, whatever, I've been in touch with her, and then suddenly she kind of just like stopped answering my messages. And that's when I was like, I don't know if I should talk about this anymore. So best of luck to her. Hopefully, you know, you can turn this into a positive situation, maybe turn this into a passion and help other women who've been in experiences like yours and help them, talk with them and help them through it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kevin Ray Wilder, because listen, I've talked to Fresh and Fit. They don't know how to talk to women, but Kevin does, okay? He is so respectful. That man is so fucking smart. Deadass one of the smartest people I think I've ever talked to in my life. So go check out his channel. He's educated as fuck. He reads books, so he's qualified to give actual advice and information. These guys, I don't know where the fuck they're pulling their information from. Probably their dirty, unwashed ass, because their advice smells like shit, truly. But yeah, go check out Kevin Ray Wilder's channel. But he did a great breakdown of the entire 5-hour stream that Myron did. And he basically talks about all the different manipulation tactics that Myron used. Like, if there's one thing that I can confirm about him for sure, is that he is smart as fuck. He worked for the FBI, Homeland Department of Security. So obviously he was taught how to interrogate people and how to manipulate people. That's part of the job. And instead of using it for good, he's using it for his benefit while harming others. And that's very, very obvious in that 5-hour stream that he put on YouTube. So yeah, there's that. Also, one thing I also did want to touch upon was the fact that Simone had recordings of her and Myron's conversation. And when she went ahead and posted some of those on Twitter, Myron threatened her and said that, oh, that you need to take that down because that's illegal. Like, you can't record without my consent, because it is a law in Florida that you can't record someone without their consent. And so he said, you need to take that down or you're going to get pressed with charges, felony, and it's also a $5,000 fine. So obviously Simone was like, what the fuck? And she took it down, which I don't blame her. But here's Myron posting all of his conversations on the phone with Simone publicly on YouTube without asking for her consent. He said in the phone call, he was like, oh, just letting you know I'm recording this for our safety. And Simone didn't say okay. She didn't say yes. She didn't acknowledge the fact that he asked that question. Therefore, he did not get legal consent from her that it was okay to record. So he knows that he's quite literally breaking the law that he told Simone not to. But you know what? He cherry picks and chooses what's okay and what's not okay and what benefits him. A lot of these guys that follow Fresh and Fit and Donovan Sharpe, they all have one thing in common, and that is that they were hurt by a woman at some point in their life and they never healed that trauma. So that trauma has been building up inside of them for so long that they don't like women, and they make it very obvious with the content they watch, with the comments that they put on people's videos. If you're one of those guys and you're watching this podcast, I really hope that you guys go find the resources you need to help yourself. Both men and women can relate that we've all been hurt. We've all been hurt by the opposite gender. Like, it's inevitable. People are going to hurt us. That's just part of the human experience. And we need to learn how to heal ourselves, because not everyone is like that. That's the thing I think we need to work on, is being able to come from a place of compassion and understanding in order to understand one another. Men and women are more alike than they are different. Just because you think this way and I think that way, like, it doesn't mean that we need to not like each other. It doesn't mean that we need to despise each other. But I do want to play a recording from this guy who spoke very eloquently. By the way, the only reason I come at these men is because they come at me first. If you come at me with respect, I will come at you with respect. Guaranteed. But once you try me, like, I'm sorry, it's over, girl. It really is over for you.
Why, but it's good that more and more people are speaking out against this, because the only way that the rift between men and women are going to heal is to have established dialogue. It's not to attack one another. So I'm glad to see that you're going to be doing an interview with Kevin Ray Wilder. He's somebody who I have a lot of respect for. I think in this day and age, young men need to learn how to talk to women. Part of the problem is that a lot of these guys within themselves have been rejected and wounded by the opposite sex, and it freezes them to a point where they become an incel or they become blackmailed. What Fresh and Fit is doing is they're adding to the fire. They're not helping men. They're actually having men turn into assholes, for lack of better terminology, because we need real solutions to real problems that we're dealing with. And I really appreciate you taking the courage to speak out.
Beautifully said. Oh, wait, hold on. One more thing. Can we also talk about the fact that Fresh and Fit are charging men $797 for a course called DMs on Demand, like how to talk to women? If you're paying around $800 to learn how to talk to women, guys, you guys are smarter than this. How are you letting this happen? Do you know how many free resources there are online to talk to people? And it shouldn't even be talking to girls. It should be talking to people in general. If you have problems talking to women, that means that you have problems talking to men as well. And these guys aren't even qualified. Bro, Walter worked at fucking Wix.com, the website that helps people create websites. He worked as a customer support agent. How the fuck is he qualified to tell you guys how to talk to girls? He gets none. How is Myron qualified to talk to girls? He pays for them. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with misogyny and have been scammed by red pill dating coaches, you may be entitled to legal compensation and therapy. Thanks for watching, and I should be posting every Monday and Thursday. I hope I keep my word. Peace.